This morning, of course, is a Thursday. I have our ladies seated, ready to have a conversation, and I haven't seen them in about a month. I'm waiting to see what Nanaya especially will say to me. But Nanaya Chimpim Jantwa is the General Secretary for the CPP. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bella. Where have you been?
I've been around. I took a short break, but I'm back.
Break ready, I know
Pacho, mansheda, but you look lovely. I hope you're well. All right. And Gabriela Tete, the Central Regional Communications Officer for the NDC, also joins us in her bright, do I call this green, lemon green? More like, it's really nice on you.
Thank
I like
you.
it. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah? You've had a good week?
I'm trying to have a good week.
Have you visited the Nkrumah Museum yet? Or you plan
Not yet.
to? Okay.
Not yet, but why do we focus so much on this particular museum when we left his residence? Why didn't CPP? Why didn't you advocate for the two to put together?
We were not even aware of what they were doing, my dear.
You were not aware?
Yes. We went there severally to... Let me say good morning to your viewers. And good morning to my CPP comrades. And good morning to you, my lovely sweetheart. We were not aware. I remember we went there. We heard that they were going to put the remains of JB Dankwa and all the other people there. Then we protested. And for some reason, I haven't been there, but I don't know whether it happened or not. Then we wrote a letter to the Ministry of Tourism asking to find out what is going on, because that's our leader, our founder. You cannot remove Kwame Nkrumah from CPP. We didn't get any response.
When was this?
Oh, sometime, I think somewhere last year, some time ago. Then we went there physically to see what was happening there. The people there sacked us from the place that we don't have a right. And he said, this is where our founder and leader is laid. And there's some work going on. We want to know what is going on. They didn't tell us anything.
Oh.
I even thought that they should have included us in the planning of the event. You see, my father left some letters some correspondence between him and Kwame Nkrumah. My uncle had the same. Even if you had, maybe there are other people who had certain things about Kwame Nkrumah that they could have brought.
So those letters are still with you?
Yes, they are still with us.
And you'd have wished that all those would have
yes,
also
we
been...
all put it together and put it there.
It's not too late, is it?
But they didn't include us. And we might not be the only people. We are in the CP, myself and my brother Kwame. There are others who have certain things, like Botio's grandchild, who is my deputy, has also certain documents concerning correspondence between his grandfather, Kojo Botio, and Kwame Nkrumah.
But did you include all that in the letter that you wrote? You said you wrote a letter.
No, we wrote a letter to find out what is going as a first step.
To the Ministry?
Yeah, tourism.
Of tourism.
Yes, as a first step to find out what is going on. But for us, you do this big thing for Kwame Nkrumah. As Gabriela is even saying, what about his residence? What about his memory? My dear, 2 CDs, Kwame Nkrumah had his effigy on it. Now the 2 CDs is out of circulation. Bella, when you travel outside this country and you go to the countries where the people, Kwame Nkrumah worked with those countries for the AU and the independence of Africa, you're talking about Kenya. You find the Jomo Kenyatta's effigy on one of their currencies. You go to Guinea, you find security. I'm not saying that I know. You go to Tanzania, Julius Nyerere, they even call him Papa. You go to Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, his effigy is there. Even recently, Nelson Mandela, his effigy is on the currency, the rand, in South Africa. Then we have the 2 CDs, and they have it's out of circulation. They bring in a coin, and on the coin is the Independence Act. Kwame Nkrumah's name, Kwame Nkrumah's effigy is not there. Then you talk about 1st July. 1st July has been expunged as a holiday. That is the day that we had freedom, actual freedom. The independence came, but we were still attached to the British monarch. We were still attached to the monarchy. We took instructions from there. Our budget was approved from the UK. On the 1st of July, through Kwame Nkrumah's instrumentality and the CPP, we got a republic. Today, 1st July is not a holiday. We, the CPP, are going to do a petition to the president.
Okay.
We are going to do a petition to the Speaker of Parliament. We are going to do a petition to the Council of States. That we think that as our identity and for the freedom of this nation to be intact, we need to bring that day back as a holiday.
Okay.
The third one, the 21st of September, is supposed to be Kwame Nkrumah's birthday, which was the founder's day, the founder as Ghana. They changed it. And yes, it's a holiday, but how is it celebrated? We cannot even celebrate Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as the founder of this nation. I say that they talk about the UGCC and others. Me, because of where I come from, a lot of information was passed down. Kwame Nkrumah left the UGCC a very worried man. As a general secretary of the UGCC, he was trying to put people together, get the support of Ghanaians going round. And they said that self-government at the shortest possible time. He said now. And because of that, they thought that he was going ahead of himself. My father told me that when in Solpon, the UGCC was going to have a congress, and in the congress, there was going to be a resolution that Kwame Nkrumah should be made the treasurer instead of the general secretary. And they went in there, the comrades, my father, Bediako Poku, my uncle KSP Jantua, all of them. They went in there and took Kwame Nkrumah out. My daddy told me that J.B. Dankwa saw him and said that, Effie, what are you doing here? You're coming to cause trouble. And he said, yes, I'm coming to cause trouble because we are coming to take Kwame Nkrumah out. So this UGCC thing, they did not even get independence for us.
Yeah.
And now they want them to take the glory and take Kwame Nkrumah out.
So you say that the revamp of the mausoleum is not enough if we don't bring back some of these holidays.
You
and
need
also
to honor. You see, as you need to honor the person. It's like you build a cathedral for God, but in your heart you don't love him.
Nana, but have you visited a place since it was open
dear,
about 2 days ago?
It is not about the aesthetics.
Just to see.
I will go there, but I'm saying that it is not about the aesthetics of it.
Okay. All right.
That mausoleum is honoring somebody. It is honoring a person. I'm saying that like you built a cathedral, but you don't honor God.
Okay.
God will not
I
even
just want
accept.
to add briefly to what Nadia is saying. I'm in full support of her position.
Okay.
The aesthetics is beautiful to have museums and it's great, but we're not just talking about any personality. We're talking about Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
And to be very honest, I think that a lot of the glory that should be given to him has been watered down by this administration.
Yes.
Akufo-Addo will do for the photo ops and to create an image, a PR image, that they are from the Dankobuzia origin. And they've done this for the CPP and an Nkrumah's institution. So for the photo ops, he will take the glory for that. But beyond that, there has to be something much more deeper that we can hold on to as a society and as a country. And Kwame Nkrumah, whether I like it or not, I mean, great spirits will always offend weak ones. But at some point, to whom honor is due, that honor and glory must be given. And you can't take anything away from Kwame Nkrumah. There's this thing that I always make reference to. When you go to Volta Hotel, there's this chalet where they've tried to keep the memory of Kwame Nkrumah from the times that he was lodging there. I had the experience of, have you been there before? I had the experience of visiting it once. If you speak to the management, they can give you access to it. It overlooks the lake. And when you enter in that place and you feel the presence, you sense that there's something in this place. If you need pieces, artifacts, and stuff from that person to make the whole experience a unique one. Else, like we walk into this studio, we are not journalists. So the appreciation that you have when you walk into this studio is different from what we experience.
Okay. Ellen Amateko has joined us this morning as well. She represents the MPP as a member of their communications team. Looking very radiant this morning. Good morning. How are you doing? It's been a while, so I'm not the only one who was MIA. Apparently, you've been MIA here as well.
Well, other people had to be given
I guess that's why. What do you have to say about the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum? Beautiful edifice, I must say. I've seen some photos. I'm yet to visit there later today. But Nanaya and Gabriela raised some very important concerns about honoring the legacy of the man who won independence for us. What do you say to that?
Good morning to our viewers, and good morning to all the Nkrumahs. both in the NPP, because there are some Nkrumahs in the NPP, the CPP that is supposed to be the main Nkrumahist party, and then the Nkrumahs in the NDC. And I'm excited that at least something has been done to put that place in order, because it was terrible. And for somebody who was our first president, we definitely had not done right by him by leaving his mausoleum in the state that it was. So I would say a big congratulations to the Minister of Tourism and his team, and in extension to the President and the whole government for making sure that this is done. As for the reservations and the comments and all others, it is welcomed, but at this point, I think that it is not too needed. If you have something, if you have the regalia of Nkrumah, if you have, like Anaya is saying, she has a few letters, she has, submit it. I'm sure they will not tell you to take it away. If the CPP thinks that they have things or they want some space in there to show the CPP's history and all that, I do not think that the Ministry of Tourism will say no.
But they wrote a letter to them earlier when.
Yes, I mean, it is Nkrumah is for your party. The CPP is his party. You just don't write one letter. You should be consistent. You should be persistent if it is that important to you. You will not take away the shine of what has been done. It's a beautiful place. It's a lovely place. And we need to get on with it as Ghanaians and celebrate those who need to be celebrated. As for this business of celebrating Nkrumah in our hearts, if you celebrate him in your heart and it is not shown, you celebrate him in your heart and his sleeping place is in a mess. You celebrate him in your heart, and where everybody from all over the world will come and see who is Nkrumah, it was in that state that it was. I don't think that that is important. The important thing is that we have done what we have to do. Move on. If we need to add other things to it, and of course, it's not just in Accra, his hometown, we need to get that place also going. I know the Ministry of Tourism have started a few things, and they will get that place to going. Okay. We need to encourage people to do it.
So they'll restore his residence as well?
They'll do it. It's all part of the plan. This is phase one. That is also part of it, and it will be done. What we need is the money and the resources. Let's not forget that we have other things too that we need to do with our money. But the fact that this has been done, for me, is one of the best things we can do for our first president. If you do not agree with this, then I do not know what else you want to be done for the first president.
I mean, it's not only just that, but the holidays that have also been taken away, the 1st of July and, of course, the 21st of September, and the 2-cedi currency where his face was on, that we have gradually, taken out of the system. All those are concerns that Nanaya raised as well and said, if we really want to honor the legacy of the Osajifo, these are some of the things that should be maintained. Why have we stopped celebrating those holidays, in quote?
There's nothing more celebratory. There's nothing more bigger than getting his mausoleum back into the shape it should be. The others can be looked at. They can be tackled as we go along. But that does not take away from the shine and from the fact that this has been done. And it has been done, and I would like to put it out, by somebody everybody is trying to put out there is supposedly an enemy of Nkrumah. If you are looking at people who should be having fights and who should be carrying on an age-old feud with Dr. Nkrumah, I believe Nana Akufo-Addo is one of them. After all, his uncle, J.B. Dankwa, died in prison under Nkrumah's regime. But these are all history. They are all put down, and these are things that has happened. We have to move on. Okay. You do not come with this beautiful edifice that has been done, and all of us are joining hands to say, well done, and we are praying that there are people who come in here, and let's not forget, millions, let me put it at that, thousands, millions of people come into Ghana just to come and see who Dr. Nkrumah is. You cannot take that away from him. Okay. So we needed to get his place done. whoever does it for me, whoever did it is important.
Could the ministry have roped in the CPP when they got the funding from the World Bank to go ahead and revamp the place? Because then they could have gotten some more details and some more, you know,
what the
a lot
ministry
more things.
could have done or should have done at this moment for me is immaterial.
Okay.
The job has been done.
All right.